I said, enjoying it my ass. I can't get on the servers till after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm trying to do the full day's work in a couple of hours.
We should be live. I am checking over on YouTube now. If we are, good morning, everyone. And yes, we are live. Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Russ.
Yep.
If we get some happy campers out there.
YouTube says live. We are on the air.
And we're live over on Twitch.
Where's the fans? Where's the fans?
For those of you who may or may not be watching us.
Sunset.
I'm looking for us. We haven't quite propagated over to Facebook yet live. Let me refresh that screen. But yeah, we're all here. How you doing this morning, Dixon?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. Yeah. How are you doing, Chris?
Just Ducky, living the dream.
I woke up late this morning. Usually I'm up between 5 and 6. I didn't get up until almost 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I did too. I slept almost 8, which is late for me.
James Jumbo says, good morning, Russ, Dixon, and Chris. Good morning, James.
See, I woke up too early. Now I feel really tired. For some reason, I woke up at 6 and could not get back to sleep.
Really? Yeah, my routine is usually I get up early, make the run into work ahead of the traffic, and then I go in the back room and sack out on the couch for a half hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time everybody shows up, I am cheery. I've had a nap. Everything is great. It's always fun to be that cheery person when everybody else is walking in the door grumpy.
I used to be and I don't know what it's weird how you can change things, because I used to kind of like almost every single day take a nap right after lunch, and
I could still do that.
that was just kind of like how you want to put it, my like religious. I mean, right after lunch, I took a nap, and I haven't done that in a while. So I don't know.
That's because you're not working your butt off at work. And now your body's getting used to that, and it feels good. You don't need a nap.
I guess.
I'm lucky I get 3-day weekends. I work 4 10s. That's why I agreed to take the second shift, but it still takes Friday to recoup, it seems like.
Yeah.
Get back in sync.
What was I going to say? Don McFarland. Hi from Canada, he says. Ken McCrory. He goes, hey, y'all. Hey, Ken. Hi, Don. And then James Parker. James says, sorry I missed you yesterday. Had a shot Wednesday and put me to bed most of the day yesterday. Yeah, I understand. Trust me, we don't get out here every single day. I try most mornings since this stupid stay-at-home rule came into play. So I did have a little bit of interesting information. I wish Paul was here. Paul, where is your butt at? Paul, get your butt on here. I'm going to close Facebook out over here because it kind of gets confusing for me. But I did have some interesting, something interesting I wanted to share. I know yesterday we were talking about the Whirly Gig Wars.
Yeah.
So it jumped before Steve Good advertised how many people looked at that actual page, and I'm talking about the Whirly Gig Wars page on the website. I had like, what I say, 60 something views. No, 96. It got to 96. And then Steve Good made that little thing, advertised on his daily post, daily vlog, which is also a newsletter, and it jumped to like 150 something. Okay.
Oof.
So this morning I checked it and I was like, no way. I couldn't believe it. I actually did 2 or 3 different ways, bringing it up on a graph and everything to see if the data was correct. And so I want to share this with you because now I'm beginning to worry because I always said if I got 1/3 of all these people, I don't think I want 1/3 of all these people.
You got to check all them videos out.
Yeah, this is a snapshot from, and it shows each page, and the #1 page right now is 2020 Whirligig Wars, and 336 people as of this morning have visited that page.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's the all-time record for that page. I mean, more people went specifically to that page than went to the opening page. That 200 underneath is actually the opening page.
Yeah.
So that I put a bunch of direct links out, and so did Steve Good, put direct links out to that page. So people are clicking those direct links, and there's 336 views on that one page. I mean,
Wow.
patterns is 87. You know, that's kind of normal. All the rest of them staying kind of normal, but
So even if you got 1/3, that's a lot of videos to look at.
that would be what, 112?
Yeah.
Yeah, 112 entries. Yeah, if I got 1/3 of all those, I'm like, holy crap.
Call in help if you need it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just blew me away because it went from 96 to whenever Steve Good advertised it so much that it will jump from 96 to like 150 something. And I'm like, all right, that's a record right there. I've never had 150 looks at that page. Usually I get anywhere between 60 to 100, depending on when I first started it out. I got like 100, then it dropped down for a little bit. I guess because people didn't like the fact that I took it over from Laney. But Laney wasn't going to do it anymore and gave it to me. So
right. That's the same thing with the 2x4. Brian won't give it up, but he isn't doing it either.
Yes, same exact thing.
Technically, no one says you can't jump on and take it because he's not doing it, and he really doesn't own it either.
And I would do that in a heartbeat, except for the fact I can't handle any more than 3 in 1.
No, I'm not saying you specifically, but anybody.
Yeah, I would, because I will tell you this much. When he first started not doing it, I went to him and I said, hey, Brian, I said, you know, everybody loves that 2x4 challenge. So if, I mean, I understand you want to keep it and everything, but I'll run it for a few years for you and to help you out. And then whenever you get ready to take it back, I'll just relinquish it back. I won't keep it.
Yeah.
So at first he said, okay. And then I said, okay, well, can you let me know who you contact for your sponsors to get prizes and everything, and send them an email? All you have to do is send them an email saying, Russ is going to do it this year or whatever. No, you do. If you want to do that, you're going to have to find your own prizes. And I went like, you know what? I'm trying to help you out just to keep you going out there. I said,
that worried me. Is he misusing things? Is there more prizes than he's talking about? I don't know.
Well, so, I just told him, screw you.
I tend to doubt it, but you know, you got a little defensive on that one. So,
oh, he got highly upset, and the fact that Laney gave the Whirligig Wars to me.
Yeah,
he wanted it, and we see where that would be right now compared to his 2x4 challenge and everything.
Yeah, he's had a lot of problems on his hands, so I can understand not running contests.
Well, I can too. I mean, the poor guy his wife's had cancer, his house burned down, and he didn't have insurance. I understand all that. I mean, I'm not complaining anything, and that's the reason I offered to help him out, because I didn't want to see it go away. So
like you said, if anybody wanted to, they could start up any challenge they want.
Yeah.
I mean, was it Izzy or the Canadian? Someone started a 2x4s contest, something like that once.
Yeah.
So
actually, what's funny about it is when I joined my woodworking club, the Lakeland Woodworking Club, several years ago, when I first joined, they had a 2x4 contest within the woodworking club.
Yeah.
And I said, that's kind of weird, because I mean, that's kind of unique because sorry, I got a lot of phlegm this morning. because I know somebody that does a YouTube challenge as a 2x4. And they said, really, we had no idea. And I showed them. I had my phone. I showed them. And I said, yeah, looky here. And they were like, wow. So I got something to tell you about that too.
And that was one of my favorites because, everyone sees 2x4. Everyone's thinking linear. Okay, how do I do this with this long a piece of wood? You got to get away from that thinking. And I've got 2 projects in the drawing stages I want to do, but I'm saving that for when that contest comes back.
Yeah.
So
Ken McCrory says he might try a whirligig this year. James Parker says, how cool is it down here? It's about 65 degrees. And James gave me a bunch of thumbs up. So if y'all don't mind over there giving me thumbs up, let's go over here and check and see who all is watching over on Facebook. We got Tony Tripiano, Scott Leach, and Jeremy Crawford. And like I said, I'm not trying to slam Brian in any way, shape, or form.
No, Brian's a nice guy.
I like him and everything, and all I did was try to offer to help him during that time. So, and I totally understand. Once again, he has had about the worst case of bad luck that I know of anybody having. I mean, like his wife has cancer. They ended up having to move, from my understanding. I think they had to, they moved closer to be closer to her parents or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, they had a death in the family. Then he turns around and their house burns down, and it wasn't even their fault. A house next to them caught on fire, and it set fire to their house, and he lost everything, including his shop, all of his tools, everything.
And with no insurance.
And no insurance. Yep.
I use him as an example of why you should have insurance every time. Yeah. So that's one thing we do right here is we're insured on everything we have. The house, the vehicles, the stuff. So
I Rescue Mini Pins, which is Sydney, is over there on Twitch. He says, good morning. Good morning, Sydney. How are you doing? Thank you for watching us over there. When I was with the woodworking here, we had a 2x6 contest. Yeah, the woodworking club. Yeah. Leonard says it's raining again, so no work in the shop. Don McFarland says our club ran a 2x4 challenge once. Only 10% of the members entered, so we did not run a second one. Yeah, that's the problem, having something like that. Sometimes people are not like into it, and that's one thing I'm going to talk about here in just a second, which I'm really excited about, which might be one of the reasons all those numbers jump that I just showed you. 336. First off, let me. I just wanted to show you. I talk about this all the time, and I only got a snapshot of this. And I know some people say, "Yeah, right." Well, you know that I am full of crap, but anyway.
We know that.
Yeah. This is
my kingdom.
Yeah, this is a world map. Okay. And everything in blue is people that watch me and have also visited there's a combination of watch and visited my website all over the world. We've got Russia, Australia, New Zealand. I don't remember where this is from down here in Africa, but that's Brazil. That's Brazil, I know. We got Spain, Italy, I think Germany, Europe, United Kingdom, Ireland, Russia, I think I said, Canada, all over the world.
Good coverage.
Yeah. Mexico down here. Even I don't know if this is, I think it's Turkey over in here.
Turkey and Greece, yeah.
Maybe Greece, yeah. Some of those over in there. But all over. And that really excites me. Now, the thing that excites me also is our Lakeland Woodworking Club started a Facebook page here in this last year. I think in 2019, Ed started a Facebook page for us. And for those of us that are kind of computer savvy, some of the older people don't use it, which is understandable. But our president of the Woodworking Club, I think I posted over there about the Whirligig Wars, since we haven't had a Woodworking Club meeting in 3 months now. We didn't have one in March. We didn't have one in April, and they're saying we're not going to have one in May due to this COVID thing. And a lot of our members are elderly, so we don't want to expose them. I understand that. But anyway, to try to spark something into the group, I posted about the Whirligig Wars. Well, the president of our club jumped on it, and what they're going to do is, first off, they're enticing people, yes, to enjoy or to join the Whirligig Wars challenge for me, but the club itself is doing a Whirligig Wars challenge.
Cool.
Yep. And so what you do is build your Whirligig Wars now and get it ready. And then the next time we have a club meeting, which hopefully it might be in June, maybe in June, if we can have a club meeting, everybody brings their Whirligigs to the June club meeting. And guess who they ask to be the judge for the Whirligigs?
There you go.
Me. They said, hey, we want you to judge our Whirligigs or the Whirligigs. And I said, yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, I'm going to be the judge of the club's Whirligigs. And they can build a Whirligig in May and enter it into my challenge, which is fantastic if they do. And I hope I get some of my club members doing that. And then also they can take it to the next meeting and enter it into that giveaway. Now, I don't know that they're going to have, I wanted to talk to the president, George. I keep saying the president, that George Hatch, great guy, wonderful man. He's also the mayor of Mulberry, and he's done so much for the city of Mulberry. The man donates his time. He don't even take a paycheck from Mulberry. Most mayors were, wanting raises and stuff. This man don't even take a pay. He donates it back to the city. So, but I wanted to talk to him but it's more for the club meeting as of right now. The club Whirligigs right now is more for bragging rights. It's just whoever wins first place. Good Friday. Need to run to town. James says, see you tomorrow night. See you, James. Have a good, hope you get whatever you need done and stay safe over there at the going downtown. For all of y'all who were over on Facebook, we are monitoring over there. Tony Trippiano, Scott Leach, Jeremy Crawford, and Terry L. Marker. We're watching you.
I wonder what keeps people from entering the Whirligigs. Is it the mechanical part that scares them off, or?
I don't know. Well, Steve and I have talked about this on numerous occasions, and whenever about the scroll saw challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of the people that enter are kind of elderly, and they don't have YouTube channels, and they don't want to record, and they don't want to have anything to do with that. So that's the reason I opened up the YouTube or the scroll saw challenge to picture. You could send me pictures. I can put them all together and create a slideshow and put it up on YouTube so people can see. That's the scroll saw challenge. That's fine for a scroll saw project. I want to see the Whirligig moving, so therefore it has to be video. And so it's going to be too much work for me to have people send me a 2-minute video and for me to try to combine all those and post them for people to see. So I'm not doing that for the Whirligig Wars. It is what it is. If I would love to do that, but just trust me, it's a lot of work when people send me just 3 pictures for the scroll saw challenge and I have to download them. Then I have to put them into a slideshow presentation. Then I have to upload it to YouTube for y'all to watch. That's all on me. And I don't mind doing it. Don't get me wrong. I love doing it for people that want to enter the scroll saw challenge. It's just too much work for me to try to do the same thing for the Whirligig Wars. So therefore now what I could do is open it up, but it wouldn't make any difference. I was going to say there's Vimeo out there. There's a few other, but it's all have to do with video and you'd have to upload it. So I guess it is what it is. I'm just going to keep it as you have to upload it to YouTube and you have to have a YouTube channel. And really, it's not that complicated. YouTube it's free. All you have to do is enter your name and all that information in there and click and choose a channel name for your YouTube channel. They verify your email and boom, you're off and you've got a YouTube channel. pretty much any phone nowadays has a camera and has video capabilities. You can,
Right.
it's 2 minutes, people. All you have to do is video that thing working for 2 minutes. You don't have to edit it. You don't have to have fancy graphics like I sometimes do. All you got to do is upload that to your YouTube channel from your phone, and and send me the link, and I'll go view it. I don't pick people for having excellent graphics in their YouTube video. I pick, if I'm going to judge, or anybody that I tell to judge, it's all about the whirligig. I don't care what the rest of the video is or how it looks. So if you think that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, some people put a ton of work into the video itself.
Yes, and that's fine.
They shortchange the build, though. So,
yes. Yeah, but they're also uploading it to their YouTube channel to get views.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand. I understand
I've
that.
had some videos I've done that are just turds and they get very few views. Yet my phone video is still climbing on views.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago.
That's one of my favorite ones that you did.
Yeah, I got to start going back doing things like that, and I put my video together. But yeah, I was really surprised when I looked at it and I was over 3,000. Like, what?
So Sydney, are you still out there in Twitch? You said good morning and you just went quiet. I rescue mini pins. You just good
Dixon's
morning.
Frozen.
Do what?
Either that or he's staring out the window longingly.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Frozen.
He's frozen or whatever. So yeah, but that's it. I thought that was kind of like really interesting. 336 people have viewed the Whirligig Wars page this year.
Wow. Yeah.
If I got 1/3 of that, that would be 112 entries. OMG. Yeah, it's like, wow.
Well, I'll be with the pallet challenge. I still want to sponsor the first time entries.
Yes, so that's great. Then thank you. That will be coming in.
That brings in new bodies. The year that guy made the violin, I think we knocked a lot of people back.
Yes, yes, that was actually probably the ultimate. Even when Sterling was doing it, I don't think he had anything that was like that.
That amazed me. I opened that, I'm like, you got to be joking me.
And he played it.
Yes, it worked. That was the greatest thing.
Yeah, and it sounded damn good.
If we did the Oscars for woodwork videos, that would win the Oscar across the board. So.
Yes, it would. All right, so I've got. Let me go here and look. Let me close this out first, and go over here and look and see which one I want to start with. We'll start with this one in the news. You know how hard it is to find all these news stories? Yeah, it's like, man, it's at the beginning, they were all over the place, but now I'm starting to do it 4 or 5 a day, and you know, I'm starting to run, so I might have to change to do something else. Anyway, I've got one here. I got a few of them here this morning, which I thought was they were kind of pretty cool. Here's the first one, and I thought this was really funny. Thieves scheme to steal pot at a hilarious flop. The heist went exactly as planned. Overnight, thieves drove a stolen van right through the front doors of a marijuana shop in Colorado Springs, grabbed as much pot as they could carry, abandoned the van, and fled into the vehicle, getaway vehicle. The only hitch, this is funny as crap, all the marijuana they grabbed was actually oregano. Says the owners of the Native Roots dispensary. The still at large thieves, believed to be teenagers, grabbed all the stuff in display cases, and those cases don't contain the real thing. Nope. All the thieves had to do is make it to a locked down bud room, and the story might have been different. That's
one of the rules they usually have, is display stuff is either fake or it's oregano. So
yes, some of it's like I've seen displays before with the empty boxes. They actually take the product out to keep it just in case, because it's so easy to reach up and grab that and haul butt out the front door. So yes.
I thought you were going to read into it that they left the van behind with the license plate on it. It's one of their van, one of them on the van.
When do I normally run the pallet challenge? Isn't it August or July? July or August?
Yeah.
Okay, is it August?
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a story up here a few years ago where a local sports reporter had a little too much to drink at one of the social clubs, VFW social clubs one night, and he drove his car into the brick wall of the local firefighters union hall. Well, instead of backing the car out and leaving, he left the car and his wallet on the front seat.
Oh man.
The cops were at his house before he got there. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
He never lived that down.
But Chris Nealon says good morning.
Chris, morning.
Yes, and he says when's the pallet challenge, and that, like I said, that's I believe it's in July or August. Chris is saying August, and I know it's either July.
August, yeah.
Yeah, July or August. I mean, it's hard for me to remember because of three of them. I know the scroll saw challenge is in October. Yeah. I have that. The first year I did it, I did a Halloween style theme, and I'm thinking about going back to that just for the heck of it. But it's in July or August, one of the two.
He's going to make a pallet banjo. Interesting.
Who said that? Oh, Chris Nealon says he's going to make a pallet. Well, that is cool as crap.
Yeah. Oh, you hook up with the violin guy and get the pallet band going.
Yeah. Aussie Man's here. He says, hello, guys. Hello, Aussie Man. Buster and Noreen Stott is out there. And he says, hi, Russ, Dixon, and Chris. So Chris, yeah, go ahead and make a pallet banjo. That'd be cool. Awesome. And don't forget, guys, we're still watching over on Twitch and we're still monitoring over on Facebook. So if y'all guys want to put anything out there in the chat, we are still monitoring. I haven't heard anything. We have Norm Nichols and Hans Meyer has joined us over there on Facebook to watch. Thank you so very much. So all right, let me get to the next one. Here, I want to do this in order. So let me see what the next one is. Oh, yeah, we'll do this one. Real short one. The reason I flip back and forth is because I'm trying to line them up to which ones I want to do. And this one looks like a good one. Don't get cocky. In 2015, Christopher Wallace, a 24-year-old from Maine, was on the run from police after allegedly stealing cooking equipment. Having successfully evaded police for weeks, he started to get cocky, posting a Snapchat that he was at home hiding from police. On seeing this, a couple of his followers alerted police, and they went to search his home. Unfortunately, despite the tip-off, they had no luck finding him, and they called off the search. And that's when Christopher posted again, what a dumb butt, saying that the police were in his house and he was hiding in a cabinet. What a dumbass. I'm sorry. The police were alerted again, and they searched the cabinets to find pots, pans, and a pair of feet. They were attached to Christopher, and he was put under arrest.
It just shows you don't have to be smart to be a crook.
Yeah, you don't have to be smart to be a crook, that's for sure. I'm like, come on, you know.
But they do make for great stories.
My brother, I got to tell a little story. My brother and his close friend, his friend was being sought, kind of like that. I won't go into the whole details or descriptions, but he was being sought like that. And they were out working on a job. My brother was doing painting. I think my brother had his own business at that time, was painting. And his friend was there helping him and working with him. He was a good painter too. But anyway, to make a long story short, they showed up out on the job site looking for my brother's friend. This guy's like 6'4", I mean, and thin as a rail, real tall guy, right? They stuffed him in to the larger of the kitchen cabinets. They had to stuff him in there and shut the doors. So when they arrived to, questioning and asked, they went through the house and looked. They never opened any of the kitchen cabinets or anything to look inside of them, but they inquired and everything about him. And I don't know where he's at. I haven't seen him long, the whole story, but needless to say, he was hiding in the kitchen cabinets and they never looked. They got in their vehicles and left. So that is a true story. My brother, he would, if he wants to tell you that, I'll invite him over to tell you about that sometimes. But yeah,
when we were kids, I don't know what caused it, but the cops were looking for this one kid in the neighborhood. And they were right near him. He was crouching down behind cars and they just didn't see him. He's going up the row of parked cars, trying doors to see if there's one car he'd get into and hide in. Yeah, we found one that was unlocked. And fortunately for him, it was the police cruiser. He climbed right in an unmarked cruiser, closed the door behind him, and there's no handles on the inside.
No, there isn't. And they lock when you shut them.
Yeah, he did the work for them.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's funny. Chris Nealon said a violin or a fiddle. Yes. Irish fiddle. Oh, of course. Yeah, good choice. Chris even said good choice. He says he's off to work. All right. Stay safe, Chris. Have a good day. Aussie Man said the guy was a moron. Yeah. Ken McCrory says a violin has strings, a fiddle has strings. Yeah.
This is true.
All right, so let's go back and we got another one here real quick. And I thought this was interesting. It's not actually a news story or whatever, but I did think this is interesting. And it is why and pillows and mattresses have a do not remove tag. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if people understand this, but it says when you see your fluffy or your pillows or the fitted sheet or the mattress, if you perform any tasks level regularly, you do have extra time on your hands because of the pandemic. Chances are you noticed a tag warning you to avoid removing it for any reason. But why? Excuse me. Answer to the question is you need to have some historical content back. In the booming late 19th century, manufacturers began doing what most businesses do in their situations, looking for ways to cut production costs and increase profit margins. Apparently, the solution came up was stuff the mattress with unsanitary, sometimes even infested materials, including old bedding from hospitals and blah, blah, blah. You can imagine this didn't go over well for the government. And starting in 1913, state governments began requiring them to put a tag on all mattresses and pillows, identifying their contents within as well as the condition. After all, they didn't want consumers to face harmful health problems. According to state guidelines often didn't align with each other or were enforced differently. So in 1940s, the state or the Association of Betting Law Officials, I didn't even know that existed, ABOLO, Association of Betting Law Officials. Man, I'm going to be president of that. I want to be able to test all the mattresses. Partnered with the National Association of Betting Manufacturers, introduced a uniform tag that read, "Do not remove this tag under penalty of law." Okay. And then go on down to read, can you remove that tag? Yes, you buy it, you own it, you can remove that tag. Right. You won't get any problem. But what they did say, if you read on down there, is if you ever want to try to resell your mattress, that you might run into problems if that tag is not there. But who would want to buy a used mattress?
It's always been a mystery to me.
That tag should say 95% of the people are going to get a scissors and cut this off right now.
Yeah. But yes, it is not penalty of law for you. That tag has to be there for you, the consumer, to see it. And then once you own it, you can I cut them off. The bed, I leave it on. It doesn't bother. But the pillows, I cut that damn thing off. It's in my way when I'm trying to put the sheet or the pillowcase back on. So that goes off of there. But yeah, I said the only reason you might want to keep it on there is if you want to try to resell it. And I'm like, I'm not buying a used mattress. I'm sorry. I don't know what.
Used mattresses make no sense. My wife and I were on a road trip once, and we go by this motel that had shut down. And it's a huge stack of mattresses out front with a sign saying, "Free mattresses, help yourself."
Yeah.
I don't think so. not from a motel.
Yeah, I'm not buying a used mattress. That's David Dietrich,
Dietrich, yep, it's Dave
Dietrich.
Dietrich.
David Dietrich, yeah. People who can't afford a new one. Well, you know what? I'd sleep on the floor before I'd sleep on a used mattress.
Yeah, I understand the jam up people could be in, but those things those free ones come with little critters.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that's desperate and wouldn't buy one and sleep on it, you know.
Yeah.
To what is it? To each his own, or you know, but
yeah.
I'm not buying one. Yeah, I'm not putting my butt on a used mattress. I guess in a way you are doing that sometimes though, if you go to a motel.
Yeah.
Every time you go to a motel, you're laying on somebody else's. No telling what.
Well, you've watched that show, Hotel Impossible. He teaches you what to look for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yes, I agree that it teaches. I've seen that, but
that's a funny show though. The stuff that hotel owners try to get away with.
Leo Steger over on Facebook put a he waved at us. So hi, Leo. Oh, and he says also, I'll go back up a little bit. It says, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, Leo, from over on Facebook. I appreciate that. And David, I can't pronounce your last name, joined us, and Leroy Hodges joined us over on Facebook. All right, let's get to the next one real quick, because I might have to get out of here a little early. I got some things I need to get done today. Oh, here we go. I did that one. Yep, we got two more. Here we go. A little quick one. Go to jail. Do not collect $9,900 or $999,524. In 2011, 50-year-old Michael Anthony Fuller. When I first read it, I was like, Michael Anthony Murray. I know this guy. No, it's Michael Anthony Fuller from North Carolina. Walked into a Walmart store and bought a vacuum cleaner, a microwave for $476. So far, nothing wrong. Well, Michael attempted to pay for his purchase using a $1 million note from the game Monopoly. Are you kidding me? Not only that, he demanded change of $999,524 from the cashier. The police were promptly called and he was arrested. He was charged with attempting to obtain property by false pretenses, and his bond was $97,500. That is just too funny. Going there with Monopoly money, you know.
Takes all kinds.
Yes, it does. Let me see if I can find the last one here. I don't think I did this one. I didn't do the one about the Uber driver, right?
No.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, this is a pretty good one. And this is the last one. Yeah, this is pretty good. Uber driver reports would-be bank robbers. They also called the Uber for a getaway. Things did not work out well for 3 Oklahoma City teenagers who allegedly planned to rob a bank using Uber as transportation. They don't have driver's license, I guess, or they don't have a car. Police say the Uber driver who took the teens to the bank Tuesday afternoon called authorities after hearing one of them saying that he had a gun and was going to cap somebody. Police say a gun was found on one of the teens after he tried to fight officers who arrived at the bank. The teens had apparently already arranged for an Uber for their getaway. Driver Brandon Case says that he was waiting outside the bank when he saw the teenagers being taken away in handcuffs and was told by an officer that they had been a bank robbery attempt. And he was like, they called me for the getaway car. If you're going to do something like that, have your own car. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, if you're going to do it right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Call the Uber That's just too funny.
It's like the robber that robbed the bank and he can't get out, and he's beating and beating on the door. He can't get out. He didn't know enough to pull it. He's trying to push it, and they got him on video. I'm thinking, oh, you don't belong robbing a bank.
I mean, that I understand that, but there are my bank has that double doors, and that is a holding. Whenever you rob it, they can lock you into that, and that's all bulletproof glass. I've seen them do that, and these people will beat and try to get out. They'll even get on their hand. I've seen a video of a guy on his hands and knees begging them to let him out.
He didn't know until he backs up because a customer came in and he pushed it.
That was a good one.
Porter Woodward.
I think it's a commercial similar to that. They rob the bank, they come out, they jump in the car thinking it's their Uber, and it's just some guy sitting there. He's not their driver.
Portal Woodwork says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, David. Aussie Man says, was he wearing a top hat and had a mustache about the Monopoly guy? Yeah. The Monopoly man, that is. Yeah, Aussie Man. Yeah, was he wearing a, no, I don't know. I didn't say that in the story. I just thought that was interesting that he tried to, that's like trying to go to the store and use Monopoly money, period. So,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a $1 million banknote in Monopoly.
I haven't played Monopoly in a long time, but maybe he had a handful. Who knows?
It said a $1 million note. And I was like, that's kind of strange because I don't ever remember seeing a $1 million note in Monopoly. Maybe it's Monopoly for the millionaires game.
Like the guy that walks in there and he's got a nylon stocking over his head, and it's got a hole just like this right in it. The whole works. Covers everything. I never expected to live in a
society where I have to wear a mask to go into the bank now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and not only you have to wear a mask to go in the bank, but the fact that you get to wear a mask in a bank.
Yeah.
Walk into a bank 6 months ago with a mask on and you go to jail.
Yep.
Leonard Davis says inflation. Yeah. But yeah, now they've have to adapt and let you in with a mask on. I've got a couple of them that I saw that was kind of funny. One of them was a guy went in and robbed the bank and is on his way out the door, that not thinking that they would have cameras monitoring the door in and out, takes his mask off. And so boop, they got a nice picture of him. It was on the morning news. So I'm like, yeah. I think I said this the other day though. It's here in Florida is it's 10-20 life, and that doesn't matter. It's 10 years if you rob something. It's 20 years, automatic 10 years for robbery. It's 20 years if you use a weapon like a gun or a knife, and it's life if you fire that or injure somebody with a knife or a gun in the robbery. 10-20 life.
Wow.
I love it. I love it because I'm not stupid enough to try to go do something like that. So there's idiots that do, 10-20 life.
I know. I guess if you go to Club Fed, it's not as bad as general population.
Yeah, Club Fed. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Sydney says, sorry to interrupt you, but can I know the link to Dixon Hoffman already did? Dixon, do you have a YouTube page?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I didn't think he did.
No, so, I just have a website.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Put your website.
I'm at HoffmanSignsAndDecals.com.
Hoffman
SignsAndDecals.com.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think he had a YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, I want to get one, but I'm just so busy. It's tough.
Yeah.
I bought your software that you recommended 3 years ago, and
the video software.
I got the software for doing what you do, and the microphone and all that. It's still sitting in the closet. I just can't find time. I started looking at it a little bit, and it looked pretty slick. You know how you can do everything with the software.
Yeah, David
editing.
Says, bank robbery is a federal crime. Yeah, that's a federal crime.
Then you find out you do a project, and you work on it for 9 hours, and you get 5 minutes of editing out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or what's really a pisser is that you are doing a project and you go through this whole sequence that lasted about 20 minutes, and you go over the camera and you realize you didn't hit record.
Yeah, your battery's dead or something.
Done that, yeah.
Yep. So all that footage is like, you either have to restage it and do it again, or just
my
hold
camera
up there
does
and say,
my camera goes beep, beep, beep when the battery's given up.
yeah.
But unfortunately, if the star or something is running, or you get the earmuffs on, you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
All the
So-
things
As
I
a
made in the last 30 years, if I would have recorded that, oh my God, I'd have so much footage.
Oh yeah.
As a general rule, I haven't had that problem because I realized that was a problem. And I either make sure the battery is fully charged, or if it's anything before I start a project, or if let's say that I go to start a project and I forgot and it's like half, I just plug it in and leave it hardwire, or to make sure that it doesn't do that.
I think my next camera is I want to get something with a remote on it, because it's a pain when you have to be behind the camera to line up the shot, then start recording, run around,
Yes.
get in front of the camera, and hope you stayed centered. So,
And that's what I think is amazing, that they haven't come out. Now, Steve Good has one, and I was going to ask him about that years ago. I think I did ask him about it. I forgot. But I would like to see more cameras, like for YouTubers, not only have a remote for that to be able to start and stop it, but to have one for Zoom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I bought a thing that worked out kind of well for my shop, and I used it a few times, but it just was more of a pain in the butt. And that was the thing that mounted on top of your tripod, and it would do left, right, up, down. So I could move the camera left or right or up or down, but there was no zoom. So the biggest thing is, it would be nice to have zoom, because you're standing there and you're doing something. It'd be nice to be able to zoom in automatically on your hands rather than way out.
I would imagine it's out there, but we're not looking in those price categories. So
I haven't. I've seen a few of them with remotes that turn them off and on, but I haven't seen one with zoom.
really,
No, a lot of guys take an Arduino board and they make those, they can't do the zoom, but they make those little units where it can tilt and pan and all of that. But
yeah.
And then it should have a screen that flips up so you can see if you got it in the right position. But I suppose you could Bluetooth it to an iPad or something.
My screen does turn around, so if I'm standing in front of the camera, I can see the screen too. But it's also 4.5 feet away, and it's only about that big. So.
Yeah,
that's the reason the cameras that I buy are the Vixia Canon, and they have an HDMI output, and I have I use a TV as a monitor, and and that's on a rolling stand, so I put that right beside the camera and plug it in so I can see myself. And the problem of being that is you get and I've done that before on videos, on one of my cooking videos I did that, and that is you look at the monitor rather than the camera, so you can tell and they always say you're supposed to look at the camera and make eye contact with the camera. And I'll be sitting there watching the monitor, and I'll go like, crap, I should be watching the camera. And I'll go back to edit it, and sure enough, I was watching the monitor.
If you look at my videos, sometimes you see my eyes shifting back and forth a lot of times, because I get easily distracted by, something shiny over there, and I'll look, and I'll come back to what I was doing, like, oh, where was I looking before? So I usually will put like a flash card or something under the lens with keywords I want to remember to use. So that way I'm reading it and I'm still looking straight at the camera too.
Right. At one point now, when I had the green screen room set up before my son moved back in, I had a monitor and I had it above the camera so that I could see it, but it was like I was looking at the camera.
Yeah, that's the idea. If you put that monitor right behind the camera, then you'll never, it's like you're always looking right at it.
Yeah.
And like a teleprompter.
It has an auxiliary port. I'm going to plug in the cable and plug it into a monitor and see if that works that way. So, worst that could happen is it doesn't work.
It wasn't too long ago you had to buy all this equipment, and now it's crazy with these phones. There's a lot of people that do excellent work with these apps. The whole works. My daughter-in-law has a YouTube channel, and she does everything with that iPhone, and it looks really good, professional.
Yeah.
With these apps, you could just make it look like you put anything on the screen while you're talking, and
it's got to put professional cameramen out of work.
Yeah. Well, do you ever look at your local news channels when they zoom out, they got all 5 computers sitting there with one person running the whole show.
Yeah.
It's all computerized.
Oh, did y'all hear that little chime in the background every once in a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my, I have a Zoom doorbell. Love that thing. And so anybody that comes in and out at the front door, it captures who it is, videos for like so many. You can set it for the time period or whatever. So it went off
we get
twice.
the ring.
Yeah, it went off twice. I was like, wonder what that is. And but anyway, it was my son leaving. So yeah, I love that thing. It videos. I mean, we have a little bit different situation. I have a front porch, and it's screened in with a door, and so, but I put it out there, and so it was hard to run a power out to it. So I just bought the battery one, and I love it. I was smart. I bought an extra battery for it, so I keep one charged. But that camera will last about 6 weeks on one battery.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's a Zoom. The Zoom doorbell. Yeah, the Zoom doorbell. But it'll last about 6 weeks, maybe a little more on that one battery. And it warns me. It'll come on there and say your battery's getting low. You might want to consider changing it. And it's really simple. It takes me like 2 seconds. I go grab the new battery, which sits on my desk, take it out there. You know, I take one little screw out, pop the cover off, old battery out, new battery in, pop the cover on, one little screw, and go back inside and charge the other battery. 6 or 8, 6 weeks or so later, I go change it again. But it's easier to do that than it was for me to try to run power all the way out to where it was at. It's only like a low voltage power, but still. Now my son bought one, and that's the reason I got mine, is he bought one, but he had a doorbell where he put his, and it actually uses the voltage. I think it's 12 volts off of the old doorbell to keep that one powered. So, wow, everybody's been talking.
That's something we should do some night for a topic, is doing your videos and different techniques people use, different cameras.
Yes. Portal Woodwork says he connects his GoPro to a monitor. Okay, they're obviously, everybody's saying hello, Luana Pierce. Hello, Luana. I did not realize you'd came in. We were talking, and so good evening. They were talking about something, because she says, not yet, you sweet man, still doing beef jerky. So I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, back to the GoPro. I have a GoPro, and yes, I can actually monitor it on my iPad or my phone. But the problem is, the GoPro is a very wide screen camera, and that doesn't work good in all situations. If you want to take a video of your whole shop at one point, because that's what it's a wide angle lens, and I don't like that. I tried using it a few times, and I do use it on some shots because my GoPro has a underwater case, which keeps it away from the dust. And I can put that right up next to a saw blade, so if the chips or something fly off and hit it, it's protected. And so I use that sometimes for close in shots, but I just don't like the wide angle screen lens.
Yeah, I started with the GoPro too, and I didn't like, you're right about the wide angle, but it's also like a fisheye view.
Yes.
And so you're seeing things on the periphery you don't want seen, and you can't change that. So I've used it now and then still, but I like my Canon.
Yeah. Aussie Man says, I have a big priorities and a scroll. I guess they were asking if he's got a scroll saw yet. And he goes, or Luana, they were asking Luana, I'll get this right, if she had to go scroll saw yet. And she says the bigger priorities than scroll saw, money to get my daughter set up a garden. Her husband is restricted in building, and she has 2 babies at home. Yes. I mean, if you got priorities, scroll saw can be on a back burner.
Yep.
Such a sweet thought for you being willing to send me one. If money were no object. And Lena Pearson having a video chat. Hello, all. She was listening. Awesome Man was willing to send me a scroll saw if money was. Oh, that's cool, Awesome Man. Thank you. Really, that's really fantastic. And Luana says, nice to see you and the panel and everyone here. Good to see you. Well, we're going to get out of here. It's should be 10 o'clock, and I said I wasn't going to stay as long, but oh well.
Yeah, I gotta try to get on the server and do some work today.
Yeah, I got a few things I need to get done, and today myself. So I guess we're gonna cut out of here. Thank you, Dixon. Thank you, Chris, for being on here, and thank you for all y'all wonderful
Okay.
being out there in the chat on Twitch, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. Sydney says, great stream. Thank you. Thank you for watching over there on Twitch, Sydney. I appreciate it. All right, we're out of here. Don't forget to keep your head low, keep your mask on, and wash your nasty hands. And if Brenda was here, she would be saying, take your vitamin C. We'll see y'all later. God bless.
Bye-bye, all. Stay home. Stay safe.
Have a good day.